Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we are going to talk about the movie Twisters, the sequel to the 1996 disaster film. And I want to just I want to discuss Twisters in context of Dungeons and Dragons. Spoilers for Twisters 2024 here. All right, so let's jump into this. So first of all, we need to talk about the money. So this movie was an absolute knockout, huge success. It made $80 million on opening weekend for 2024, which is one of the three largest openings for 2024 overall. So it was massively successful. I saw this movie 3 times. I saw it literally on an early access in an RDX theater. I saw it in a regular theater, and then I saw it, and that was on Wednesday night, literally the night before it was supposed to open, right? Like early access. Then I saw it on Thursday night, and I saw it on Friday night. I saw this literally 3 nights in a row, and and I saw the first one by myself on RDX, saw the second one by myself on Thursday, and then I went with 2 friends on Friday. So, and I absolutely loved it. 5 out of 5 star movie. Is tremendous. But it's a big deal that it made that much money because it means that it means there's still some juice in the movie industry. And this is a big deal because we are waiting for Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves to happen, the sequel. So what has to happen for us to get a D&D Honor Among Thieves sequel? So first of all, it needs to be funded. How's it going to be funded? Well, there's a lot of the Hollywood attracts a lot of investors, right? So they just need to find 1 or 2, eccentric billionaires who's going to put up $100 million a piece. You can get this thing done for $200 million, but I do think the budget on the next sequel will be $200 million. You need that level, at least $150 million, right? Because the first one was a real American blockbuster, and there's a level of quality needs to be met. I don't know if you guys remember this. There were some really garbage D&D movies that people don't even count. They don't even know they exist. But they did have the official Dungeons and Dragons title. But they were shot in these jank locations, and nobody cared, right? So you need 150 to 250 million to make this real. And the reality is they're not going to do that if the entire movie industry is down, right? And so we are seeing this situation where the movie industry is showing some life, right? So this $80 million opening is really good for Dungeons and Dragons from that perspective. The other thing that is really interesting is we have stars who are real Hollywood stars who are emerging out of this. Glen Powell, a very genuine, very real Hollywood star. And actually, Grace actually said that the best analogy for him is Kevin Costner in his prime. I think that's a good analogy. But a lot of people are talking about him as the new the new Tom Cruise, literally, right? It's pretty wild. Anthony Ramos, fantastic actor. He's really doing the best he can to get great roles. And I'm rooting for him. I think this guy's an actor who was really kind of brought forward by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he is phenomenal. He was great in the Transformers film. He was great in Twisters. And I think he's a fantastic new Hollywood star. And then Daisy Head, right? Who really is kind of almost like a cookie cutter stamp of Daisy Ridley, right? But people loved her. They loved her in this movie. She's British, and she was playing a Oklahoma girl, right? But she did a great job, right? And so the reality is you're looking at 3 real stars who not only could do a fantastic job in a Dungeons and Dragons film, but also need Dungeons and Dragons, right? These are all new stars who need a new intellectual property, a new series, something that's fresh and exciting and has the infrastructure to serve as a Hollywood blockbuster, which Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves sequel absolutely has that, right? So you could bring it. So you got your entire. You almost have your core 4, right? All you need to do is just add that girl that played Veronica on Riverdale, and you're done, right? That's your new core 4: Glen Powell, Anthony Ramos, Daisy Head, and the girl who played Veronica on Riverdale, right? and you're off to the races, right? And I would drop the initial 4, right? This Simon Omer. Let's tell a new story, right? Like in the Forgotten Realms. So I think, and I say I didn't have any spoilers for Twisters in there. I always say that at the beginning just in case, but I didn't. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion on how Twisters really paves a fantastic road for. Really does a great job paving a great road for Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves sequel. I think that's the real value of the Twisters film, is just everything it establishes to bring us the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves sequel, in my humble opinion. Every single word of that was my humble opinion. The important part's where I hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.